Now I am.
Now I am.
You didn't get bloopers.
And now you're singing so that you have bloopers.
I was just singing anyway. How dare you call me out?
I'm just kidding.
While you're dressed like me, trying to be like me. Hello. Welcome back.
Hi, everybody.
We're
Welcome back
at it.
to the Double Distraction Podcast. Me and Ceara are matching today. She's mad at me about it. But it's
stole my
okay. It's fine. She told me what she was wearing, and I subconsciously remembered, and then I wore the exact same outfit.
This is the second time in a row we're filming, and we're wearing the same thing.
You just can't tell me what you're wearing ever again.
Oh, you think I don't know that? I established that when I saw you in the car, because I was like, last time I showed you a video, and that's where I messed up, because I was like, you were ready to go, and then you saw how I was dressed, and you were like, I'm gonna change. That was before we were matching, that was after we were matching, but I'm not showing you outfits anymore because you take too long.
But I'm so indecisive with what I wear. Anyway, we're getting off track. Hi, everyone.
Back.
Welcome.
For you guys, we were here last week, but we haven't filmed in a hot minute.
Yeah, we haven't filmed
since December 2019.
Right, because we were filming in advance since I was going to be gone for the holidays, or I went home to my family for a bit. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but hi guys, this is episode 2 of season 2.
We're gonna switch. We're in season 2. I have to continue the counting consecutively just because it's easier to keep track. So technically it's episode like 12.
We're in season
11.
2, and before we get into our topic, which I am so excited about, I did so much research and Ceara did too. We are ready. But before we get into that, don't forget to head on over to Instagram, double.distraction.pod, and give us a follow. We post our updates and things when episodes get
released. We have fun. We got memes over there.
Mm-hmm. And also hit the subscribe button here on YouTube so that you don't miss any of our episodes.
Please and thank you.
So let's get into it because I hate self-promo. We are going to talk about something that we promised you guys in
ages ago.
Episode
2.
1.
Was it 2?
Wasn't it? I feel like it was
1?
1 or 2. One of those.
Very early on.
But astrology.
I felt people go, oh God.
Oh God. I am so excited about this because I'm not like obsessed with astrology. Like I don't know every single little detail of all the signs or anything. My mom is super into astrology. Anyway, it's been in my life for a long time. So this gave me the chance to like research and like look into it. So it was super interesting for me. Because I didn't want to come on here and be like, I know absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about astrology?
Just because I like people and understanding human beings, I look at astrology, but I don't look at it as like, this is 100% factual.
Yeah, me neither. I
don't think a lot of people do. But guys like to come at girls. They're like, oh, she doesn't like me because I'm an Aries. I'm like, no, she doesn't like you because you are a disrespectful human being.
She doesn't like you because you're 4 feet tall.
God,
I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
I'm joking. I was
yeah,
that is so hilarious to me. The whole like, if you're not this tall, I won't talk to you. Like those girls drive me insane.
Probably be taller than me because I don't want to have to fight for me and you, but like at least be the same height as me.
I want you to be a little taller than me. You don't have to be like 7 foot. Anyway, we're getting on a tangent.
Yeah. So I like astrology. I'm not following it like it's the Bible, but I like anything that has to do with personality descriptions or categorization, anything like that I love.
Yeah, right? It's super interesting. And astrology, the thing also, I take it with a grain of salt because so many things go into it. But before we get ahead of ourselves, for those of you who don't really know anything about astrology at all.
Or if you just need a refresher.
Or if you need, it's basically just people studying the placement of like stars and planets and other things in the sky in relation to the day and time that you were born and also where you were born. And then that kind of categorizes you and says something about your personality based on where everything was placed. So, quick astrology fact, actually. Astrology. I have these little facts written to the side that I found. But astrology is considered both an art and a science. Did you know that?
No. Why is it considered art?
It's considered an art because of the interpretation portion of it, because
it's subjective.
Right. Interpreting personalities and things like that. That's the art side. And then the science, again, like I already mentioned, is the study of
astronomy.
Like astronomy.
Yeah.
So it's astronomy and interpretation kind of brought together.
I had my very first class when I was in college. This was before I got to USF. I was in a community college. I took an astronomy class, and the professor walked in. He was this super cool like surfer dude. He's like, "All right, guys, welcome to astronomy. If any of you call this astrology, I will give you an automatic F."
Oh my
and I had
God.
to focus on how to. I was like, astronomy.
Astronomy. Okay. So that was my first fact. I have 2 more, but we'll talk about them later. So yes, that's a basic overview of what astrology is. There are 12 signs that we were going to talk about. But in your breakdowns of your astrology, that, like I mentioned, it's based on multiple planets and multiple stars. But the 2 main ones are the sun and the moon.
Yeah.
So the sun, if I'm remembering correctly, Ceara, is your personality and how you're presenting to
the world
and those around you. And usually when somebody comes up to you and they're like, "Oh, I'm a Capricorn," or "Oh, I'm a Virgo," they are usually talking about their sun sign, because that's the first kind of most prominent one.
Is that your sun sign? Is that one?
Yeah.
The one that is you.
Like you
is
are
your
a Gemini,
right.
so that's your sun sign.
I thought they could be different.
The sun and moon can be different. I'm saying that the sun is usually the one that people associate the most with astrology. That's what comes first to their brain.
But so the main one is actually the sun one.
sign.
I didn't know that. I thought there was your main sign and like the ego and super ego.
No.
I thought it was different. Okay.
The sun is your main. So I'm a Virgo. That's my sun sign.
So my sun sign
your
is
moon
Gemini.
sign, yes. Your moon sign.
I just learned something right now.
Okay. Your moon sign is more your internal self-image.
Okay.
Also your emotions and kind of the deeper
so how you
portions of
handle things
right.
like stress and things that come at you.
Yeah. So the sun is the most prominent, usually what people think of, and the moon is like your deeper.
Oh, so it's like Enneagrams. It's your
self.
wing. Got it.
Yeah.
Which we did an episode on.
Right.
The personality stuff.
We did. So if you're interested in that, go check it out.
But
and really, I think that's all we're going to be focusing on for this episode, because going into all the Saturn and the Venus and the all that's Mercury and shit
and retrograde
is way too much. Like, it's too much. So there are 12 signs. They pretty much, there's a month associated with each sign. So starting in like January, it's Aquarius, and we're not going to say all the dates, but so Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio.
Why are you counting with your fingers?
Sagittarius, and Capricorn. Saying those all in a huge list sounded so long. Anyway. So those are the 12 signs. And do you want to do a brief description now, or do you want to go into?
Yeah, let's do a brief description so people can know.
So I have accumulated all of these little things. Basically, I just wrote the strengths and weaknesses for each sign, because going into full descriptions of all 12 would eat up so much time of this podcast. So I'll just start in the same order. So Aquarius, their strengths usually are they're super progressive, original, independent, and generally like humanitarian people. Weaknesses would be they run from emotional things. They're a little temperamental, uncompromising, and aloof.
I know an Aquarius, and he's so smart. He's one of my favorite people.
Aloof is like...
Aloof means like you're not paying attention.
Right? Like you're kind of there, but not there.
It's kind of like ditzy, but like you're not...
paying attention, kind of. Okay, yeah. So then let's move to Pisces. Hi, shout out to all my Pisces out there. Pisces is my moon sign, actually, but we'll talk about that later. Strengths, compassionate, artistic, intuitive, gentle, wise, and usually tend to be musical in some way.
I have not found that to be true.
Which I don't know.
I have not found that
how
of the Pisces.
that came in. Weaknesses, fearful, overly trusting, sad. They have sadness within them. They're very emotional, I would say. So it's like a double-edged sword. You know, it could be a positive or a negative for them. They want to kind of escape reality, and they tend to make themselves the martyr or the victim in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
For Aries, strengths would be they are courageous, determined, confident, optimistic, honest, passionate, a whole bunch of nice words. That's something with astrology, just a side note. It's like, I don't know, it's so many words and things that could be associated with really anybody. So that's why, again, I take it with a grain of salt, because I'm like, I mean, anybody can be honest. You know, not like not only
I know,
Aries
but not as your
honest.
like main trait. That's the point. But.
Right. Weaknesses for Aries: impatient, moody, short-tempered, impulsive, and can sometimes be aggressive.
For who? Aries?
Mm-hmm.
Short-tempered?
Weaknesses.
Wow.
Apparently,
I do know she's very short-tempered.
They can be short-tempered, impulsive, and aggressive. Taurus. This is my mama, and I think Taylor is a Taurus.
Yeah, Taylor
too, right?
and my grandfather.
So shout out to y'all and everybody else. Strengths: they're reliable, patient, practical, devoted, responsible, and stable. Which I think those are things I've noticed in a lot of Taurus is.
Well, it's just because they're aggressive in general, so they're not going to be aggressive and not successful.
I don't know. They're very focused.
Yeah.
Like, you know. Weaknesses: stubborn, possessive, uncompromising, and also can be materialistic in a lot of ways. So that's Taurus. Gemini.
Hello.
This is Ceara.
And Janet.
And Janet, my aunt. Hi. We're going to talk more about Gemini a little later, but so do you want me to skip until later when we talk about it?
No, mention me. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I'm sorry. Okay, all right. Strengths: gentle, affectionate, curious, adaptable. They can learn very quickly and are good at like exchanging ideas and things like that. Some weaknesses: nervous, inconsistent, and indecisive sometimes. Then we've got Cancer. So strengths of Cancer: tenacious, highly imaginative. They're loyal, emotional, sympathetic, and persuasive.
Oh, they're loyal, are they?
I guess.
The girl who betrayed me in that episode about our friendship on the Fritz, she was a Cancer.
Oh, okay.
Betrayed me.
Well, what was her moon sign?
Garbage.
Her moon sign may have been a different
garbage individual is her moon sign. It becomes
so complicated because it's like, yeah, you're a Cancer, but your moon plays in, then your Venus plays in, and your Saturn. It's just a lot. Sorry, I didn't say the weaknesses. Did I say No. Weaknesses: moody, pessimistic, suspicious, manipulative, and insecure.
Yeah, take that, you Cancer. If I ever...
Take
no, I'm kidding.
that, Cancer. And then Leos.
That's my siblings. Both of them are Leos.
Sorry, guys. I'm going to try and get through this as quick as possible. I know it's a lot of information. Strengths: creative, passionate, generous, warm-hearted, humorous, and cheerful. Weaknesses: arrogant, stubborn, self-centered, lazy, and inflexible.
Sister, are you taking notes? Because those were correct. Not all of them, but... Go ahead.
Anyway, Virgos, which is me. Hi. Strengths: loyal, analytical, kind, hardworking, and practical. Weaknesses: shyness, they worry a lot, overly critical of themselves and others, and they can sometimes be all work and no play, which is fun to know.
Virgo. So we're making it towards the end of the month. You're September, so now November is Scorpio? Are they next?
Virgo ends September 22nd. Libra is
I'm just
next.
following just for the list mentally.
Oh, okay.
So
Libra,
you're at the end.
Libra is next.
Oh, Libra. And then Scorpio's next.
Yep. Libra, which is Onyx. Strengths: cooperative, diplomatic, gracious, fair-minded, and social. And then weaknesses: indecisive, avoids confrontations, and will carry a grudge, and self-pity. Self-pitying. Scorpios: resourceful. Strengths: resourceful, brave, passionate, stubborn, and a true friend.
A Nelly.
Weaknesses: distrusting, jealous, secretive, and violent.
Whoa.
A Nelly. Sagittarius.
That's my mama.
Strengths: generous, idealistic, great sense of humor. Weaknesses: promises more than can deliver.
Never.
Very impatient and will say anything no matter how like.
Don't talk about my mom like this. Watch
It's
your
not
mouth.
me. It's this website.
Watch your mouth.
And
No, I'm
then
kidding.
last but not least, Capricorns.
That's my father.
They tend to follow me the fuck around. Like I have known, been with, seen so many Capricorns. Anyway, strengths: responsible, disciplined, self-controlled, and they're good managers. So I guess
because they're aggressive. Very, very aggressive.
They can, yeah. Weaknesses: know-it-all, absolutely.
Yes.
Unforgiving, condescending, and expecting the worst always.
Yes.
And that's it. Those are just the strengths and weaknesses
Yes.
of each of the signs.
We just wanted you guys to have like a overview so that while we're talking about this, you can see like where you fit along the journey with this.
Yeah. And I could have done a whole description of each one, but we
ain't got that kind of time.
We ain't got that kind of time. But also something that goes into, before we kind of get into us, another thing that plays into astrology, and I know this is a lot, so just remember sun and moon, top two. Another thing is the elements. So all of the signs fall into 4 elements, which is the ones you would normally think of: water, fire, earth, and air. So we're airbenders and earthbenders. Just think of Aang.
Not
right?
everybody has seen that show.
Sorry. The Last Airbender, if you haven't seen it.
We have our parents listening, and there's no way my mother's ever seen that.
It's fine. Well, watch it. It's a good show.
They know the elements,
So
though.
the elements: water, air, earth, and fire. And then the Fire Nation attacked.
Okay.
So each of the signs falls into one of these elements. So water, for example, are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So these signs, they're usually like pretty emotional, ultra sensitive, whatever. We said about Pisces that they're super emotional. The fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, usually passionate, dynamic, easily. They're temperamental, basically, just like fire. Earth, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, they're usually the more grounded, conservative signs, more realistic. And then air, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, they're kind of rational and more social, thinkers, intellectual kind of people.
And normally the element signs are for your compatibility. So the people who are in your group are normally your most compatible.
That's what we've noticed, is that the elements really play into the compatibility aspect. So in signs, like people who are of your same element, you normally would tend to be compatible with them.
Yeah.
But air and fire are typically the most compatible signs, and then with each other. And then water and earth are most compatible with each other.
Yeah, because they're so similar.
Right. So if you know what element you are, you can usually figure out who you would be most compatible with.
But I normally have to look it up every single time. Okay. I always have to figure it out.
Yeah, me too. I always have to look it up, although I should remember at this point. Do you want my last 2 astrology facts?
Of course. Why are you holding out on us?
Because there was so much information, I got bamboozled into not saying them. So the second one.
Wait, bamboozled by who? Yourself?
Yes, bamboozled by my mind.
Okay.
So the second one, I just thought this was interesting for any Catholics that are listening. Not to get religious, but it's interesting. So Sixtus the Sixth. A lot of S's in that. I have a lisp. I apologize. He was the first pope.
Who?
Sixtus the Sixth.
Sixtus the Sixth.
Yes. Was the first pope, Catholic pope, to interpret a horoscope. And the reason that I found this interesting is because religion and Catholicism, especially, I grew up Catholic. It's so like tightly wound and like traditional and in their own head of like, I just wouldn't expect that anyone of the Catholic faith would, especially the Pope.
Why not? The whole purpose is you get the message from God and you cast your judgment upon the people based on what he's told you from the sky.
I guess that makes sense. But
it's exactly the same.
I'm saying I guess I just didn't expect the popes of the faith to...
That's where they get the message from.
I'm Catholic, but anyway. And then another little tidbit, Leo X and Paul III, they were also popes. They relied heavily on astrology, and Julius II chose his coronation day based on astrology and all the signs, I guess, to be most make
like beneficial for him.
I guess,
and, like,
right? I don't
give him the utmost power.
Because I think when they get coronated, it's like a second birthday or something, like a second birth.
So it holds a lot of weight
or some shit like that. I don't know. And then my third is astrology was very important to Hitler in World War II. It was something he held very highly in his mind, and he consistently and continuously throughout World War II consulted with astrologers.
He was also doing heroin,
and he got kicked out of art school and started a genocide. His art was
actually really good, and a lot of artists there are actually artists in the past who redid his art, which is kind of looked down upon in the art community because it's about acceptance. No, it's about acceptance. Like, they literally painted over his art. He can't come back to redo it. So you have erased his voice. And I understand that he literally murdered people. But as an artist, I'm like, how can you look? That's why it's kind of hard to separate
like,
art.
You could have kept it at least for a history
politics.
Of like, this Correct. Is what he like.
You could have left it. And there are definitely some pieces of his original work that they still have. But in the art community, they always talk about, do you think that we should show his art, or is it disrespectful to Jewish faith to not?
I think
it's exactly like the Confederate statues. Of course, I don't think we should have them like out in the public looking down upon the people who they were fighting to get rid of and enslave. But 100% keep that as part of history. Put it in the museum.
In a museum.
Yeah, there's no reason to break them or shoot them or whatever the heck. Put them in a museum. Yeah. And you don't have to get rid of them.
Because it is still a part of history that's like marking something. Yeah, so if you get rid of it or deface it or something like that, you are altering
history.
Yeah.
And I don't think that should be allowed.
And just because you want to keep it doesn't mean you agree with any of it. Anyway, sorry.
And I definitely don't. But I'm like, how could you be so close-minded as to not see how you're ruining history for other people in the future? Just because it makes you uncomfortable now doesn't mean it's not going to be telling for somebody else in the future.
Right.
Anywho.
Interesting. Anyway, super big tangent, but while I was looking into all this astrology stuff, I just thought that those points were interesting.
They were very interesting.
Anyway.
So now are we doing our breakdowns of ourselves?
Do you want to get into it?
Sure. Ooh. You want me to start?
Yes.
With my, I'll do my sun.
I've been talking forever. I want to hear your beautiful voice.
Stop this. I'm going to do my sun and moon and then I'll throw it to you. Ooh. So my sun sign is a Gemini. For a long time I thought, because like I told you in the beginning, I thought you had your main sign and then your sun and moon sign were different. And I remember my sun sign being Cancer, and that made me very upset. But really? It's not. My sun sign's actually Gemini, and I want to read the description that comes with it because I read it last night. I was like, this is actually kind of accurate. So they wrote, Gemini is cagey, flirty, and of course a chameleon. You'll never have a boring day with a loving Gemini in your life, but you might feel unsettled not knowing who, it wrote she. How dare you gender me? But you might feel unsettled not knowing what they, or who they'll be from day to day.
For this website, if you chose your pronouns as she, it will describe you as a woman.
I would never do that. What am I picking my pronouns for? Anyway, so they're like, the Gemini is a chameleon, which makes their personality hard to describe since it changes all the time. Those born under the sign of the twins have at least two personalities, but often many more. Their insatiable curiosity keeps them learning new things and makes many of them like walking encyclopedias of knowledge. You might hear the laughter of the Gemini before you see them, since they're always finding something absurd to giggle over. They're great wits, and they're in. For the love of God, learn to read, Ceara. They're great wits, and their interests in people often puts them in the role of social icebreaker. The last thing I wanted to read was about the dark side. Like, some dark traits are that they can be manipulative, duplicitous, and a cruel gossip. Sometimes when they get into hot water, they can get into hot water from oversharing on social media, for one example of that. Which I thought was...
That's very descriptive of you.
Very descriptive, and I think it kind of matches.
It does. Identically. Listen, a lot of the descriptions and things they have are pretty spot on for the signs. I mean, I can only speak for myself. Obviously, I'm not... But it's usually pretty...
Yeah. And the last thing that they wrote was, the Gemini is a charmer and a clown, and often they wear a silly grin as if they get the cosmic joke that all is well and it's okay to get a sample from everything, also known as the smorgasbord of life. It's 100%
That is you.
me. That's crazy.
Oh, that's cute. Okay.
That's wild. I don't know.
And
I agree with that just because my main goal, and I think my main reason that I'm here as a being on the planet is I just want to make other people happy. And I've learned over the years that a lot of the times they talk about in psychology that when people are trying to help others by giving themselves away, they often lose that part forever, and so they end up draining themselves. But I've noticed over the years, it doesn't matter how much of myself I give, I still have more.
But that's also because you have your self identity pretty solid. If you were someone who is still kind of wavering on like who you are and kind of what your values are and things like that, like you tend to, I feel like it more so happens to those people that when they give to others, they are losing themselves because they don't really know who, like you don't really know who that self is. Yeah. So it's like how can you keep hold of it if you don't even know where it is or what it is? Correct. That's something I've struggled with. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I just really like that description, especially because in the past I could have sworn they said that I was a Cancer, and I was like, don't put that on me. I don't want that. Don't put that on me. What's your moon sign? For my moon sign is Cancer. Oh. So you were thinking of your moon sign the whole time, I guess. Yeah, I thought they were different. I thought the sun, we went through this. Yeah. Anyway, so I actually agree with the moon sign for the Cancer. Actually, hold on, I opened the wrong thing. Here it is. It says, if you have the moon sign of Cancer, you are likely to be strongly driven by emotion, influenced by your own ever-changing moods, as well as the moods of those around you. As the moon is cyclical in nature, waxing and waning, you too are likely to be a cyclical being. You are more influenced by your own inner cycles and instincts than logic or routine, which I disagree with. Basically, they just talk about how Cancers are pretty sensitive and in tune with their emotions, and they're normally known for being really, let me find this section. It said, I remember it said something about them being nurturing. I mean, you are pretty in tune with your emotions. Here it is. I found it. It says you are likely to have an innate need to nurture, support, and protect. And they're Cancer itself is a water sign, as you mentioned earlier. So this pertains to the emotional, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of your life. Your empathy for others is likely to be strong, and you will have an intuitive ability to sense what others need. Maybe that's why we get along, because both our moon signs are water signs. Oh, okay. Our sun signs are not compatible. 100%. You're 100% right. But our moon signs are compatible. That's exactly. I think I said that in the personality episode. My moon sign is Pisces. I would say, and I've told you that the thing that I think brings all my friends together is their nurturingness. Is a lot of them. They're always the mom of the group, but when we're all together, we're all the moms. We're all the moms. We're all the moms, and it makes a lot of sense because I don't care if you're a partier or if you are whatever, if we're very vastly different, I think at the end of the day, I just want to be around people who I know are compassionate for others. And that makes a lot of sense. Oh, that's cute. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's my sun and moon sign. I agree with your moon as well. The one point that you were like, I don't agree with, the logic thing. Oh yeah, it said that you don't, it's more like your inner something. Yeah, it says that you are driven by empathy, intuition, rather than, I lost it. It was something, your inner, like working, like how you do things rather than logic. It says you are more influenced by your own inner cycles and instincts rather than your logic or routine. I think that your inner things are based on yes, but logic. Also if they were saying, I'm a very routine person, but if I were applying this to like, if I'm going to work and I see that somebody's in need, I will leave work. I'm not going to work. I got to help this person. That's, I think, what they're applying is like my emotions are driven towards nurturing in that sense. And that's what pulls me away from the routine and like logic. That makes sense. I'll take that. What about you? I mean, I've already said this, but my sun sign is Virgo, as we all know. I have always agreed with that distinction. I've literally looked this up so many times, and like I said, my mom's super into it. I grew up around, my dad and my brother are also Virgos, and my mother is a Taurus. So if you know anything about astrology, that is a hectic mix. It's difficult at times because we're all so similar. Like me and my dad are probably the same person, and like we would always butt heads growing up, and me and my brother are also very similar, but I don't know, I want to know what his moon sign is. Anyway,
Well, because he's artsy, maybe he's like you guys are. What's after you? Libra?
After me?
Oh wait, he's a Virgo.
He's a Virgo sun sign.
When
I don't
is
know what
that?
his moon sign is.
What month is Virgo?
Virgo is August to September.
Yeah,
August
I think his
23rd to
moon
September
sign might be
22nd.
Libra, and they're so chill. They're like almost too chill,
Oh yeah,
like
Libras.
drug addict chill, like smoking
Yeah,
weed.
Libras
chill.
literally just want to like hang out and
Yeah.
like not do anything, which is fine. But like anyway, so my sun sign is Virgo. Grew up around all Virgos. And what they wrote here, it's rare to find the stereotypical nitpicky, exacting, clean freak in modern day Virgos, which I do not agree with this because my father is, and I sometimes am. I think I am the stereotypical as well, but my moon sign comes in and then kind of fucks it up. But if I was purely Virgo with no anyway,
no moon.
I'm very stereotypical Virgo in terms of my nitpickiness and like wanting things to be exactly how I want them to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. And my dad. My dad is exactly that. Anyway, I keep getting on tangents.
Shout out
Sorry.
to Juan.
Although the sun of Virgo has evolved with the times, there are some unmistakable traits. Generally, they're respectable, hardworking individuals who have a love of knowledge and know-how. The symbol for Virgos, the Virgin, shows itself in the lives of Virgos through the love that we have for the natural and certain purity of spirit, and which this feeling we get keeps us self-sufficient and self-contained on the surface. Remember, sun signs are how you present to the world. Yeah. Virgos are sensitive to their surroundings. They tend to embarrass easily, generally reticent when faced with anything or anyone new. Basically, you're just a little like shy or uncertain when you're like meeting new people, right? Which I agree with for sure. If you meet me, for the first time you meet me, I will always be quiet. Like I will be a lot more shy. I'll be a lot more like reserved. And then if I know you for like a few weeks or like a week even, I'm like,
I think most people are
how
like
I
that.
am on the podcast.
Yeah.
Is not how I am when you first meet me, you know?
But a lot of people are like that. There's very few people who are like me, who are like very boisterous, but it's like that's just me because that's always me. So it makes sense. Like other people are not like that.
Many Virgo suns are not comfortable living in the limelight. They're usually fine just living in the background as long as they feel useful and appreciated. I agree with that. They have a strong sense of responsibility. But we're not all workaholics, people. When we're not involved in some sort of project, there generally is a vague feeling of discontent. I agree with that too. Like you feel like you're not doing anything. Like, what am I doing? Like, why am I not doing anything? Anyway, Virgos want to do things well. Some are exacting and thorough, and those Virgos who have convinced themselves to do a less than perfect job will generally feel incomplete. I agree with this too, because basically like if you don't do it all the way, like why am I doing it? Or like you feel like you fucked up if you didn't do it to completion, like all the way. So I don't know. Basically the description is just talking about how we're like perfectionists and
you work hard,
and we're quiet, and
that makes sense.
We can be
you.
a storm when after a little bit, you know. I didn't really like the description that much because I felt like it didn't, like I liked your description. I felt it was so like in depth and like they had more like, I don't know. This one was just kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. Anyway, so that's my sun. My moon sign is Pisces, like we talked about. Water element. Lunar Pisceans are known to be dreamy and not always in touch with reality. However, these people may not always show real-world savvy in day-to-day practical affairs. They make up for this with remarkable intuition. They can put themselves into anybody's shoes with extreme ease. And on the plus side, this endows them with remarkable compassion and love. The downside with this ability is to break down boundaries. Sorry, I read this wrong. The downside with this apparent ability to break down boundaries is that these people can easily lose themselves in the suffering of others. I agree with that. Their sense of humor is delightfully silly and a bit odd. These are perspective souls who seem to be in touch with all the nuances and subtleties of human nature. Often this comes through as a strong sense of humor that is more of a receptive kind than the style of humor that would make people the life of the party, like the class clown type humor. It's more of like a normal person humor.
Normal person.
You generally pretty easy to make them laugh, which I also agree. These people, they may get tagged as spaced out, but there's a lot more to them. They feel things out and rely on their intuition. It just doesn't feel right for them to do anything else. Their dreaminess can mean plenty of moments of absent-mindedness. These times of oblivion can lead them into all sorts of predicaments with others who can too easily misunderstand them. Without plenty of space and time to daydream, Pisces moon easily gets overloaded with life. I for sure agree with this. I sent Ceara a picture of my daily schedule because I'm a Virgo and I do daily schedules. And I was literally like, my life is too busy. Like, I literally have no time for myself.
You do the thing where you allot the time when I can't do schedules like that. You're like, from 1 to 2, I got to make sure that I do get this project done. And
it's
from
never
3
worked. I do it and I never follow it. But like,
because like your creativity, it
just
waxes
gives
and
me
wanes.
at least. The reason that I do that is because it gives me at least a sense of direction.
But you got to start
I don't
going,
get mad at myself for not being exact.
You got to put yourself at like, oh, I'll start this project at 1 and whatever happens after that happens. But you got to know that you have to start it at 1. Why am I giving you tips? Like, I know what to do. But I don't know. I love scheduling stuff like that. Your schedule that you sent me made me uncomfortable because you can't pack your day like that. You even wrote eat.
Yeah,
you're not gonna eat at that time every day. You would like to, but it's not gonna happen.
Again, I don't do it because of like I need to do this or I hate myself. It's because I just want a direction of like, okay, I'm gonna go to class, then I'm gonna eat, then I'm gonna do this, or like I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna do this. You know,
don't put eat on your daily schedule.
Well,
you write blink on there, like blink at 1:04, blink later at 1:05. That's crazy.
And then just lastly, in personal relationships, we're usually giving and yielding, generally open on a sexual level, but like in a quiet way.
Shoot.
Love is closely tied in with their sexuality.
Freaks.
Most of them are shy. They need somebody trustworthy in their life.
Pisces are normally like teachers. They're very like by the book, but they like to try things.
I wanted to be a teacher. Anyway. But yeah, so wow. Virgo sun, Pisces moon.
That's I think the moon was spot on, but it makes sense because you're a quiet person, so you go back and forth.
Truthfully, I think that my moon comes out more than my sun.
Because you're quiet. Your inner self that's the moon. So you're leading with that rather than the sun because people have to get to know you to know the sun.
Right.
Whereas mine is the opposite.
I definitely feel more in tune with my moon sign. Because like my sun is there and like I see it in myself, but I feel so much more connected and like related to my moon sign. Which usually is like the opposite, but anyway.
I think it makes sense though, because you're quiet.
Yeah.
So why would you always be
I'm pretty
you don't
quiet.
know what to put at the front, so you're quiet. That's what you put at the front. The moon sign.
Great. So I'm the opposite of all astrology. So yeah, that was just a brief overview. I feel like I just talked for like an hour.
No, it made a lot of sense. But you talked about relationships, and I want to get into compatibility because that's always the one I go into. Yes. Because people think that I'm talking about compatibility just with relationships. This is for like friendships too. And I'm like,
yeah, like we mentioned, like me and Ceara get along probably because of our moon signs.
Wait till we get to the compatibility because I'll let it speak for itself. Okay, for mine, the compatibility, and this is the one that I always look up because I'm like, why don't I like this person? I'm like, oh, it's because they were this, and then people are like, you can't do that. I'm like, I think I can do it. I freaking hate cancers.
I think I can.
Okay, so really quickly, there's just like a brief description on how Geminis are in relationships. And I guess I apply it to all relationships.
Yeah.
It says they're probably the most tricky signs when it comes to relationships. They are very flirty and flirty and social sign, and therefore don't like to be tied down. In fact, early in their lives, they may even run from a monotonous lifestyle. They wrote monotonous, but I interpret it as monogamous.
Monogamous, yeah.
This doesn't mean they're cheaters. It just means they aren't ready to settle down and commit. Once they do settle, though, they desire a lot of fun and excitement that they can share with their partner.
I agree with all of that.
100%.
Like every conversation me and Ceara have ever had about relationships is that.
Well,
like that's what she tells me.
I think my interpretation of relationships is the most realistic version. Like, do you really think you're gonna find the one at 20 and then you're guys gonna have kids and then you're gonna be together forever and then you're gonna die together at the same time? This isn't The Notebook. Get out of here with that.
But it does happen for people.
100%. But the population is very, 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 very small. So I just like to be realistic. So for the most compatible on my list for Gemini, they say they are not obviously, but they are the air signs. So I'm an air sign, and my most compatible are the other two air signs. So Libra and Aquarius. Both of the signs are thought-oriented and social. From what I've learned and from what I've met, I haven't met a lot of Libras, but I miss them because they're the also life of the party. So I'll see them at social gatherings, but I'm like, I feel like they're a Libra, and then I find out later they are, but we just never cross paths. I have met one Aquarius, and we were like the same person. We were friends, but I was like, I can't believe I finally met somebody. And did it say it here? No, it didn't say it, but here it is. Actually, it says both signs I read that part, are thought-oriented and social, but Aquarius would probably be better suited for them since they value their freedom just as much as Gemini. When I'm telling you, me and my friend, we were like the same. It was crazy. But we ended up we stopped talking for a while because our majors are different, and he is very like Libras are known for being like lawyers, and they follow the law and they want justice. And I'm like, I'm gonna be over here minding my business. So that's one thing that I know for a fact. Libras are different in specifically related to Geminis. Aquarians, I know them to be so weird. Wait, did I say he was a Libra or an Aquarius?
You said your friend that you were the same person was an Aquarius.
He was Aquarius. Okay, I wanted to make sure I got that right.
Libras
I want to meet because they seem fun. I haven't met any. Aquarians,
yes,
they're artsy and
you
weird.
have met a Libra?
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that.
I'm just saying you have met one.
He's the least Libra person I've met.
Right? I want to know what his moon sign is
He's not as Libra as he could be.
I want to find out. I'm going to make him do it.
But I am more drawn to the Aquarians because they're so artsy and weird. Anyway, but so the least compatible sign for Gemini are Pisces and Virgo. Both of those situations. It says Pisces and Virgos are typically the least compatible with Gemini because they're extremely sensitive and emotionally charged, which just doesn't match up with Gemini's distracted and scatterbrained personality. Based on their shared quick wit, Virgo and Gemini do have a potential to work, though fundamentally they are very different. Yeah, that is very accurate. I always tell when I meet a Pisces, I'm like,
I'm a Pisces.
I'm like, are you gonna cry? Because I don't have the time. But I've noticed that the Pisces, though they are emotional, they're just as strong as they are like sad emotional. Just because crying doesn't make you sad or weak.
The range of emotion. It's not just like
they're
emotional
just as strong.
Sad. Oh my God, pity me.
So normally I used to approach Pisces. I'm like, oh, you're gonna cry, but really they're gonna cry, but they're gonna come back after with fire, and I'm oh shoot, they're ready.
I do that all the time.
So I used to tiptoe around them.
I feel like my Pisces comes out so much more because that's me like all the time.
Yeah,
and the intuition of the Pisces and stuff, like knowing. Me and Ceara will like analyze people or like relationships and stuff, and I'm always like, yeah, he's gonna do this, that, and the other thing, or she's gonna do this, that, or this is how it's gonna play out because that's just how humans are. Like that's just how it's gonna work, and that's definitely my Pisces. Coming through.
And I'm not good at that because I'm like, I can judge people when it comes to me specifically. I don't know how to judge what people are gonna do to other people.
I am better at other people
I can't
than
figure that
myself.
out.
As soon as it's related to myself, I like forget everything I've ever known. And then if I'm looking at like my friends or things like that, I'm like, yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
That's
anyway,
why we hold on real quick. I'm gonna run through the famous people who are my compatible.
This is so fun. And I want to know.
I have number one. Well, first of all,
tell
if you don't know, I've been married to Chris Evans for a long time.
He's a
fellow Gemini.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. Never met me, never seen me, doesn't know anything about this. I love him. He's a Gemini and we would be perfect together. Actually, if you're the same sign, it's kind of hard because you're like,
it's either you are or you don't.
Yeah.
Like with my dad. Not that we're...
I think I would like Chris Evans.
With my dad, like we're both Virgos and usually they would be super compatible, but we're so similar that it kind of does the opposite sometimes. Well, so you have to be like, you have to really understand the other person, you know, to make it work.
Well, because like I said, the other air signs are my most compatible. Libra, the famous Libras who are my most compatible: Bruno Mars, John Krasinski, Will Smith, Ryan Reynolds. If I had to describe
Ryan Reynolds, done.
All of those people are my people.
Ryan Reynolds is the king.
Is
love
he?
him.
I would
of
say
that list.
Will Smith. Are you talking about John Krasinski? Jim Halpert?
Who was that?
Jim Halpert from The Office. How dare you?
I'm so bad at names.
I love him.
In that Quiet Place movie, he was so hot. Can we just say?
Calm down.
Sorry.
He's my match. Calm down.
Listen, he could be mine too.
Nope. You don't like Bruno Mars?
No.
He was my crush for a long time.
I don't like Bruno Mars.
I don't like that he does drugs.
I don't like
drugs.
Will Smith that much either.
Whoa,
like I like him.
Calm down.
Like I like him just as much as the next person, but I wouldn't be like, oh my God, Will Smith.
I just know that if we were together, it would work because I'm like, he would be entertaining his side of the room. I'll entertain mine. We don't have to be like hanging on to each other forever.
He's handcuffed. He's cuffed to Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh no, I know. Anyway, and then for Aquarius, my number one crush for a long time was Avin Jogia, who I sent you that video of. He's so like deep and artistic, and it's too much.
It's too much.
It's too much, but he's really nice. He actually started a foundation. I don't remember what it was called, but him and his friend Josh Hutcherson started a foundation to like speak up for people who are LGBT and they're being like harassed and things like that.
I cannot. Sorry, I was just thinking about this I cannot believe that I didn't know John Krasinski. I've been listening to a podcast.
I know. That's why I said it to you and I couldn't believe it.
I've been listening to the podcast
of
the Office Ladies that they talk about The Office in depth and they've said his name like 50 times. How did I not?
I'm married to John Krasinski and his wife, Emily Blunt. I love them so much.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Continue.
Yes, so famous Aquarius, Avin Jogia, Tom. I said Tim, for the love of God. Tom Hiddleston, who is Loki from Marvel.
Okay.
Love him. And Justin Timberlake. I love them.
He cheated on his wife recently.
Oh, yeah, but he apologized.
Kind of cheated, not
he
really
apologized.
cheated.
He held hands with a lady in a bar.
That's like technically cheating, but not like the worst.
Have you seen Jessica Biel?
Iteration.
She has such a boring face.
Oh my God.
Ugh. Anyway, and then for Aries, Aries is actually like the third most, but I just wanted to include it because Robert Downey Jr. is on that list, and I love.
And you had to.
I love Robert Downey Jr. And then Michael Fassbender. Do you know Michael Fassbender? He was Magneto.
Bad with names.
He was Magneto. He has red hair.
I love him.
Love him.
Oh, he's awesome in those movies too.
Great. And Martin Lawrence, who I love, other half of Bad Boys with him and Will Smith.
Okay.
And Tim Curry.
Sweet.
I love Tim Curry. He had a stroke and he is in a wheelchair.
Oh my God.
Yeah, very sad.
Okay.
He's also the voice of Nigel Thornberry. He's also the original It, by the way.
What?
Also, Rocky Horror Picture Show. He's Rocky, or whoever the main man is. So is it Rocky?
Yeah, Rocky. Isn't that the main?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Okay. I'm gonna do.
And sorry, one more just because this is for you.
Oh, keep going. I want to know all of them.
My fourth most compatible sign is Leo, which is my siblings. The only one that I wrote on the list of famous Leos that I would love, Steve Carell.
Oh, another Office man.
That's it.
Oh, I love him so much. Okay.
All right, take it away.
I'll give you that. Okay. Mine compatibility, I have it pulled up here. My little blurb about Virgos and relationships. So in relationships, Virgo is warm and sensual, but don't be surprised if they come off reserved at first. Master analyzers, Virgo will closely weigh the pros and cons of a relationship before fully committing and letting their partner into their life. That I don't agree with because I've never done that. Like I've done that in the simplest of senses, you know, but the process is very quick for me. This sentence makes it seem like it takes like months and months for the decision. My decision is like very quick because again, my Pisces I feel like it just controls my life because I do this, the weighing the pros and cons, but then my Pisces comes in.
But you do that after you're already in it.
Right, because of my Pisces. And I'm just like full of emotion and I'm like, yes, do it. Fuck yeah. And then I'm in it and then I'm like, oh. And then I have to think about it. And then I'm like, okay, you know?
Yeah.
So my process is all fucked up because I think my sun and moon really conflict with each other. Sorry. Virgo is a sign that's not big into PDA or huge demonstrative acts. Also don't agree with that because I love that shit. PDA, not like I'm gonna have sex in a hallway, just like holding hands and hugging, like, you know, I'm not disgusting like that.
Well,
not that you're gross if you make out
in
public.
I just these people.
No, I just mean that's not. No. They're very self-sufficient and therefore relationships are not their number one priority. Also, don't agree with that.
That is not correct. That is not correct.
Whether it's romantic or friendships, relationships are number one for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I literally don't give a shit about anything else. I do, but relationships matter a lot to me. Even with like my family members. Anyway, once they're in a relationship, they will stay committed to the very end. That's probably the only sentence that I agree with. I
once mentioned cheating and I was like, is it really that bad? And you're like, what? You're like, excuse me?
What? I don't like Kevin Hart because he cheated on his wife.
I believe in giving people second chances.
He was funny enough. Like he was funny enough before and I was like, he wasn't my favorite person ever, but I at least like understood like, okay, like he's kind of funny, right? After he cheated on his wife, he could be dead. I don't care. Like I do not have any. That's the one thing that's just like nobody can ever come back from. And my mentality, like I've never, not one cheater have I been like, oh, he cheated, but like,
yeah,
no, you're dead, you're gone.
Oh, I'm not the opposite, but I'm like, I get it.
Because it's like, if you want to sleep with other people, you should have told me at the beginning.
Yeah.
Don't like commit to me.
That's why I'm not in a relationship because I'm like, I tell them that.
Like, don't commit to me and then go cheat on me. Like, you could have told me, hey, I want to be open relationship. And I would decide, okay, I want to or I don't.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I'm going to get angry. I'm going to get angry because I like cheating just, it's like a visceral reaction. Like, I just get so heated and like mad.
I get it.
Oh,
from you, awful. But I don't understand why we view cheating so poorly. I get it, but I'm like, think about
because cheating is
happening.
Like the sneaking around of it. Like
that's
it could be avoided. It could be completely avoided with communication.
Well,
if you've been with your wife, like for example, if you've been with your wife for 20 years and you're kind of bored, and you want to like test out the waters, you can either tell her, hey, I'm kind of bored. Don't say it like that, but hey, let's spice up our sex life or something. Let's try at least. Or 2, you can say, listen, I'm not feeling really fulfilled. Like I want to have an open relationship or I want to break it off.
But if she says no, now he's like, then I didn't want you to get mad. I just wanted to
if
see.
If she says no,
because you want to be with the person because you like them.
Not
and you
enough
care for them.
if you want to cheat on them.
You don't want to cheat. You just feel like there's more. Do you only eat one meal a day?
No.
You only eat the same thing every day? No, you want to try different things.
All I'm saying.
My mom's yelling. She's like, Ceara, what is wrong with you?
All I'm saying is that if you want to try different things and do all those things, communicate that with the person you're with.
Yeah.
That is my issue.
Yeah.
Because cheating
is lying.
Does not need to exist. It's lying and it's sneaking around and it's like it's like just grimy and like slimy. Like, why do you have to fuck? Just tell me I want to go fuck that girl. And then if I will say yes, or you can, or I will say, no, we're done. Go do your thing. And it will be painful and it will hurt. I'm not saying it's going to be pretty, but I'd rather that than you go cheat on me. Anyway,
we'll come back to this because I have other things.
As you can tell, I get very heated about this topic. Anyway, so I really only agreed with one sentence of my relationship blurb, but it's fine. Again, because of my Pisces.
What element is Virgo? Earth?
Virgo is Earth.
Okay.
Yeah. So my most compatible are obviously Taurus and Capricorn, who are both the other Earth signs. So for those of you listening, just as a recap, let me get my paper. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So if you know what your sun sign is, figure out your element, and then the other two signs are probably your most compatible people. But of the two, Capricorn is my most.
Really?
Yeah. Which I agree with. I definitely agree with. Every Capricorn that I've met, we get along so well. Like, so well.
I don't know any other Capricorns that aren't
I agree with that.
I don't like Capricorns very much.
Just from the Capricorns that I've met and I've like been around in my life.
I do know another Capricorn. I'm not gonna say it.
Definitely, like, it's a good match. So Virgo, is compatible with their fellow Earth signs, Taurus and Capricorn. Out of the two, Capricorn is slightly more compatible since they are especially dedicated to work-related pursuits, much like Virgo. And just to add on to that, they are, from those that I've known, they're just dedicated in general. Like, they're very, like, dedicated, loyal people, similar to my Virgo. So I think that's really why.
But I think the male Capricorns are very different from the female Capricorns, because female Capricorns are dedicated and they're normally very, like,
males
job-wise
can be too,
successful.
but they're also very,
but the Capricorns always, they want to be successful, but their egos get in the way and they can never finish the thing. And this is not me just talking about the one that I know.
And I've also noticed with male Capricorns that it takes so much to get to know them. They're usually very, like, from those that I've met, they're, like, super walled. Maybe, I don't know. They're just, anyway. But we get along because I don't mind. If you know anything about me, I don't mind working.
Oh, I was like, you are patient.
When it comes to people and relationships, I'm very patient and I'm very empathetic and I'm very, like, I will work as much as I have to if I actually care about you. Anyway. But that's bit me in the ass before because I've wasted plenty of time doing that. Water signs, Cancer and Scorpio are also good matches for me. Again, Earth and water go well together.
You say Scorpio?
Cancer and Scorpio.
I like Scorpios. They're like party people.
They help Virgo get in touch.
Anneli's a Scorpio, just for, like,
is
reference.
She really? Oh, yes.
I love that. Normally, they're like life of the party. Very fun.
Those signs, Cancer and Scorpio, help Virgo get in touch with their sensitive side. And then Pisces, Virgo's complete opposite. So, again, that's why my sun and moon clash a lot. That's probably why I have so many issues. See, this episode has helped me learn so much about myself, at least in terms of astrology. It makes things make sense. Anyway, so Pisces helps Virgo let go of their sometimes, like, regimented ways. So like the very structured and, like, everything needs to be perfect. The Pisces would help with that. And then my least compatible are Gemini and Sagittarius.
It's me and my mama.
They would be tough matches for Virgo, based on the fact that Virgo is a much more diligent sign than Gemini and Sagittarius.
I can see that.
But
Sagittarius,
I don't think I've
heard
ever met
such bad things about Sagittarius, and I only know one. I only know one, and it's my mom, and she's like a.
What month is Sagittarius?
That's December.
There are so many. So, like, wait, really?
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many December babies.
Yeah, but I mean,
There?
I've never met a male Sagittarius.
I've never met any Sagittarius
I know
that I've actually asked.
The Sagittariuses that I know, they're very chill. They're very chill people, but they have a very bad rap in the astrology world because people are like, they're backstabbers. They will betray you. But I think what actually happens is they decide they don't like you, and so they just stop talking to you.
Just like Geminis.
That's why we're on the same level. I'm like, I think you would hate that if you worked so hard to get to know a Sagittarius or Gemini, and they were just like, bye.
Know what?
Bye.
See you later.
Like, hello, explain.
So I'm going to tell you my celebrity crushes.
Tell me those celebs. I want to disagree because I'm not with Pisces.
I only did the Capricorn and Taurus because that's I mean, I don't know. I didn't really care about the other ones, although I didn't even look it up. So, let's start with Capricorn since they're like my most compatible. First of all, Mac Miller was a Capricorn. And that's all that needs to be said.
Ever since I met you, that's all you've talked about is Mac Miller.
Mac Miller is everything. Like I genuinely like cried like so much when he passed away. I was devastated. And all his music, like I've listened to him
and you
since
like
the
his
very
music,
beginning. I love his music. I love his music.
His voice.
Divine Feminine that he did for Ariana was so good.
Their song they did together was
and it
really
was like
good.
his emotional like romantic side that came out, and I was just like,
yeah,
fuck.
he's very emo.
I was like, yes, like, it was so good. Anyway, sorry.
There was real quick. There was once a video that they posted online of him. She was like, tell them the story one more time, and she was like, I'm so sorry, just say it one more time. He's like, I'll tell it as many times as you want, baby girl. And I was like,
I know.
I was like, I'm gonna throw up.
And
that's very cute.
And there's a live. They did a live performance together of
Favorite Part
from Divine Feminine, and that video is just everything to me. Like, I genuinely really wanted them to be together. I know that he had a lot of issues and things, and if it was truly unhealthy for Ariana, I don't think she should have stayed in the relationship.
She's a Cancer, by the way.
But would they go together? I don't know. I thought that they were so good together, and the fact that that piece of art came out of him, Divine Feminine, like from their relationship. Sorry, I'm gonna get super.
So Mac Miller, your favorite Capricorn?
Mac Miller is like everything to me. Liam Hemsworth.
He's my least favorite Hemsworth.
Is cute, but I like Chris better.
Of course.
And he's a father, by the way. Chris Hemsworth is a father.
Yeah, he's like
he has like
4
2
kids.
I'm like
he
in love with that.
He has a lot of kids.
I love it. Bradley Cooper is a Capricorn.
Wait, by the way, Chris Hemsworth's wife, her name is Elsa.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. Bradley Cooper, another actor that I really, really like.
He's great.
I loved him in
his movie that he did.
Yep, with Lady Gaga.
A Star Is Born.
Yep. Loved him in that movie. He was really good.
He said the F word really a lot in that movie.
Yeah, but I mean, his character was very
drunk,
hurt.
Drunk.
Another Kit Harington.
He's hot.
Game of Thrones. Jon Snow.
Winter is coming.
Like literally my favorite TV show next to like The Office, and The Office I like for comedy, and then Game of Thrones is my favorite. Like,
that's an intense situation. I've never seen it. I watched one episode and I was like, I'm good.
You wouldn't like the show.
I watched literally the first episode. I was like, I gotta go.
You wouldn't like the show, but I
why?
love
Wait, why wouldn't I like
that show.
What's wrong with it?
Because it gets worse from the first episode. Okay.
I can't do shows that are invested.
So it gets so much worse in terms
I would
of like
throw
the
up.
shit
Literally,
that happens.
I can't.
The Red Wedding episode you would hate. Also,
I heard it was a lot of blood. Didn't the whole city die?
It was. I mean, it was a wedding that like they killed. Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, there are a lot. Oh my god! And then Sansa's like storyline, you would die. Sansa Stark. Yeah,
I know her.
She is so fucked up in that show. Like the things that she goes through, awful. But she does get back at the guy in the end. Anyway,
great. Sorry. Go ahead.
Game of Thrones, favorite fucking TV show. Kit Harington. He's a Capricorn. Jon Snow. Love him. Nothing more needs to be said.
Isn't he single?
And then I don't know actually. And then lastly, of the people that I really liked was Timothy Chalamet.
Oh my god.
He's
a teen heartthrob.
He's a year older than us.
Is he really? I thought he was younger than us.
No, he's older than us.
Oh.
I think only by a year. Because I looked it up after. He has a movie on Netflix, The King. He's also in the new Little Women movie that I saw with my mom
in a lot of
and my aunt.
Serious dramas. He's a very good actor.
Good. He's such a good actor because
he's crazy.
Can see he's so good at letting the emotion like wash over his face. Like it's so natural. Like you just see the emotion like enter and leave. I don't know. I sound so weird, but
it's because he's probably crazy. Like who's that guy that I really like? Who's really crazy? Jared Leto. He seems very much like a. He's probably
crazy.
I
like
think Jared Leto's
and he also did that movie about like the adult and the
fucking
child
the peach.
That like
that's the peach fucking movie.
What?
Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah. Peach fucking. I've never seen that movie.
I literally never seen it. That's the whole thing. That we went on Jimmy Fallon. They're like, stay away from the peaches, and he's like,
Who, Timothy Chalamet?
Yeah.
What
in the movie? Doesn't he fuck a peach?
I don't know. I've never seen the movie.
I've never seen it either.
Okay, cool. Viewers, let me know. Does he
Or
have
does
sex
he
with a
not?
peach. Timothy Chalamet, I really like him. I mean, he's attractive, obviously, but I think he's a really good actor. And then, sorry, Taurus is my next. That was all my Capricorns. Now we're gonna go into Taurus.
Really, Chalamet's a Capricorn.
Yeah,
I would not have guessed that. I would have easily have guessed Aquarius.
because he's weird.
Yes.
Okay, so then my Taurus is Taurus-I.
No.
The Rock
is
a Taurus.
A good one. I love him.
I love him.
I would not get along with him in real life. I know
he's
that.
just so nice. I mean, I followed all his stuff since I was younger.
Yeah.
All his movies and things, but he just seems so genuine, you know. And he's a lot more attractive now than he was when he was in
The Tooth Fairy.
No.
Or whatever that movie was. I loved him
used
when
to
he
be
had
a
hair.
fighter, like a
when he was a wrestler.
Was it wrestler? Yes. He used to be a wrestler.
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
all
he's
of
more
his
attractive
family-
now than he was when he was wrestling. Not that really matters, but I saw pictures of him recently
I like him both
of his
ways.
wrestling days, and I was just like,
I liked him when he had his hair. He
I like
looked
him
cute.
bald.
I like him both ways.
Honestly, I'm not even mad at like bald guys.
I don't know why men think that
I'm
women
not
don't.
mad at
I would
bald.
prefer you be bald than have the weird patches and try to hang on to the strands of hair.
Oh yeah,
Come on now,
don't
get
be
it together.
patchy. Choose bald.
They would rather be patchy.
That's so
because
weird.
they think we care about that.
That's so weird. I am actually not mad at guys who
I
are bald.
prefer it, to be honest.
Okay, so then another Taurus, Noah Centineo.
That's such a you. If you knew him, y'all would be together.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm positive of it.
To all the boys I've ever loved.
The
that
movie?
on Netflix, which the second one is coming out soon, or it may be already out.
That movie
So
was
excited.
whack.
I love that movie. I watched
Why
it
did he
15
give her scrunchie
times.
to a different girl, her enemy, and they never mentioned
She
it?
took the scrunchie from him, and
he
they did
try
mention
to get
it.
back. He didn't try to get it back.
No, because at that point he was still in love with the girl, so he didn't
If
give
you
a
give my scrunchie away to my enemy, you're
at the
removed from my
point-
memory.
Sorry for any spoilers. At the point that she took the scrunchie, he was still in love with her and like trying to get the other girl back. So he wasn't gonna like yell at her and say, "Give me the
right,
scrunchie."
You don't have to berate the girl you love, but probably don't give other people's stuff away.
But she was a bitch.
Right, but don't let people. Go ahead.
Okay.
Noah Centineo. Noah Centineo. I think he
Centineo.
looks like a Neanderthal.
I think
he
he's
literally
cute.
looks like the Hunchback to me.
I think he's cute.
No.
Channing Tatum is another Taurus.
Stop. Full stop. I love Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum is a Taurus.
I love Channing Tatum.
And Henry Cavill, which I love him not because of Superman, but because he's in The Witcher on Netflix, and I am a huge fan
I love his voice.
of The Witcher. All of the video games, all the books, like everything. And I think he does such a good job of portraying Geralt in that show.
His body is shaped weird.
But it works.
Does it?
It works.
I don't know. I think he's too bulky on the top and it looks scary.
I like him a lot. So he's a Taurus, so we would definitely get along. And then John Corbett
Oh, I like him.
is another Taurus. I only put him on this list. Well, listen, I used to have a crush on him when I was younger because of My Big Fat Greek Wedding, that movie. I was very young. It was my favorite movie growing up.
Also in
other than Pride and
Sex and the
Prejudice.
City, which I asked you about this morning. Have you seen it?
No.
Watch it.
Okay.
It's my favorite show. Well, one of my favorite shows. I stood up. I got emotional.
I would be mad. I feel like I would be mad.
You would, but it's very you, and you would get to see how it looks to look at your life as me.
Wow.
Yes, watch the show.
The main character, you're saying? Okay.
Yes.
Her relationship with Big?
Yes.
Okay. I know that is the part I know I would be mad at.
But the rest of it is great.
I'm sure.
And they talk about adoption, which I really like.
So yeah, John Corbett, I put him in here because
him.
of My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and he was a crush of mine.
He was in my
growing
Sex
up.
and the City. He's also in one of my favorite shows, another show about sex, Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll with Liz Gillies, who is Jade in Victorious.
Okay.
They were in a show together. They were so good.
Okay. Cool.
Those are excellent celebrities.
Cuckoo. But yeah.
But yeah, so that's all about us.
That's all about
What you
us.
got though? But you got a game of some sort.
I got a game. She's looking at me because she knows I got a game. I'm looking for something though. Un momento, por favor. Do you want to know your wild card?
What's a wild card? What does that mean?
Your wild card.
I mean, tell me, but I don't know what that means.
Compatibility people. Why is that a wild card?
Is it Aries?
Other Geminis and a Sagittarius would be your wild card compatibility
I could definitely see the
things.
Sagittarius. If I met a man who, my mom would love for me to meet a man who was like her, and that would be my dream because Sagittarius, they just do what you do.
Yeah.
And that's all. I'm like, that's fine if you have your own life, and I would prefer that. But I'm like, sometimes, based on what I've seen from the guys, the choices that I have, they're too far into doing their own things. And I'm like, I don't like to do the things that they like to do. So it's not going to happen. If I met a guy who was a Sagittarius, that'd be great.
Okay.
So line
And
them
I
up.
can't find what my wild cards were.
Your wild card?
I know yours.
I really think your wild card is Gemini, because I think the Gemini men, they're very, very thoughtful, and you would very much appreciate that. The only problem you would have is the fact that the
Don't
monogamy
commit.
thing. Yeah.
But honestly,
I think you would like a Gemini
at this
man.
point in life, I don't know that I would be mad at the non-monogamy. I would just have to be really like assured of our relationship. Like if I knew that me and his, like the Gemini's relationship was like solid, I don't know if I would be mad at it. I can't say that I would also be open, like be with other people, but if they...
How do you feel about Johnny Depp?
Love him. Why?
He's a Gemini.
Really?
But there's a Gemini who I know you'll hate, and it's Kanye West. But you would like I said, he's very thoughtful.
Crazy.
He's very thoughtful,
Crazy.
but he's crazy, and you'd have to deal with that. Another Gemini who you would definitely hate is Donald Trump. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to see you with a Gemini. That'd be so interesting.
It would be interesting for sure. But
Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage. He's a Gemini.
Peter, who now?
The short man.
Peter. Oh, from Game of Thrones.
Yes,
See, I'm so
I
bad
sang
at work.
the theme song to you just now.
I'm so bad at names. I need to get better at that.
KJ Apa is a Gemini. You would love him. He's the guy. He plays Archie in that show. You would love
Riverdale.
him. Yes, you would love him.
And he has a new movie coming out. They played the trailer during the Little Women's.
He's very funny. He's very funny, and he's super smart. I like him. But he stresses me out because he's very into his body, which is fine. But like, he's weird. He like does backflips and like on chairs and stuff. Nobody asked you to do that. Typical Gemini, doing shit nobody asked them to do. All right, I'm ready. Are you ready for your game?
Oh, I'm ready. Yeah. So my game, I was originally going to do a game of like guess the sign, and I was going to find some quiz online or something, but I came up with a more fun idea. So we are going to do, I'm obsessed with those memes on Instagram
Twitter
of
too,
like the astrology stuff. Obsessed. Like it's just
normally
so funny
they post
to,
like a
look at
character
them.
and then they write the things about that sign and the around it.
Yeah, or like a meme that like describes a sign or whatever. And I wanted to do guess the sign using memes. So I am going to read to Ceara memes of signs.
Okay.
And well, I'm gonna do the ones that are like, for example, Virgo, and then around it they have like 5 like points of like what a Virgo is. Not the ones that are actually memes, because that would be hard to like visualize to you.
Yes. Can I see your list of all of them? Because I gotta remember what they are.
All the signs.
Yeah, the second page.
My facts are in the way, but you can move them.
Okay.
So let me find my faves account, and then I'm going to quiz you.
I feel like the first one you're gonna give me is Cancer, and I'm not gonna get it because I hate them.
What? You hate Cancers?
Yes.
Oh, right. You have said that 50 times. I want to find a good one. Oh, this is a good one. I mean, there's a lot of points, so I'll probably just read like 3. But okay, so the first one, I'm not going to tell you what the sign is. So I'm just going to read the little tidbits. Okay. And then you can guess.
I'm nervous.
So,
do they have a picture of a thing?
Yes.
Who is it?
It's a picture of the Little Women sisters. The one that I'm currently looking at is the Little Women sisters, and one of them is the sign, which I'm not going to say.
Okay.
And then the other sisters have the little things. Okay. Gaslighting tendencies, bottling up pain, and intense jealousy.
Intense jealousy. That's the most important one.
This is
I'm going to say Leo.
No.
My last guess and second guess, bottling. What was the first one?
Gaslighting tendencies, bottling up pain, and intense jealousy.
Leos are known for being jealous. I guess my last guess, final, Capricorn.
No, you're close though. It's in the same element.
How do you know the element? I
remember from
them.
our conversation. Do you want me to tell you?
Wait, Capricorn.
Well, I gave you a huge
December.
hint. No, I gave you a huge
Oh.
hint.
I
They're
don't
also
know.
my element. Capricorn is my most compatible. What is my
I've
element?
forgotten that already.
Okay.
Just tell
I'm
me,
gonna
tell me
okay.
what it- Virgo?
Taurus.
Damn it. What was the things again?
Gaslighting tendencies, bottling up pain, and intense jealousy.
Oh, I would say they're not jealous. They're controlling.
I feel like I would guess this because of the
Controlling.
jealousy part.
But I would never say for Taurus.
Mm-hmm.
I would not say jealous. I would 100% say controlling because they're crazy.
They are controlling, but jealousy is also a big thing.
Yeah.
My mom
Wow.
tends to be jealous. So
Oh, don't come for Ceara.
I'm not coming for her. I'm just
Shout out to
saying
Ceara.
that anyway. Okay, so next one.
Okay, that's hard. This is hard.
All right. You can do me. You can I'll
Okay.
do the second round, or
Next,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying. Okay.
Wait, no, I have one for you. No.
You want to
Hold
do
on.
one now?
I'm gonna switch it off.
Okay.
You're next. 'Cause
I'm
this
next.
is hard.
Okay.
Okay. So this one, I literally just typed in astrology memes and I just picked whichever one was at the top. All right, so this one,
Mm-hmm.
the character that they have, and they're saying the blank parent. So this is a sign as a parent, and the characters they have are Timmy Turner's mom and dad. So okay, so the descriptions are your best friend, great listeners, protective. This is hard.
What? So wait, what's the picture?
The sign gotta guess the sign as a parent. This is their parenting style.
Parenting style?
Yes, they would be the same
That's
as their regular.
hard.
No, it's the same as their regular personality.
Okay.
And the parents are Timmy Turner's parents, the mom and dad.
Okay. So Timmy Turner is the sign, I guess.
Sure. No.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
they are
okay.
the
Okay.
ones.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so it says your best friend, great listeners, protective.
Protective. And this is also hard because I haven't met all of the signs. So
Me
I don't
either.
have somebody to think of for like each sign.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard. You got to know them.
Your best friend, protective,
Great listener.
great listener, Pisces.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Second guess.
This is
your
actually
best friend-
probably the opposite of them.
the opposite. So like a fire sign, I guess.
One of the opposites. Yeah.
Sagittarius.
No.
Oh, why did I guess that? They're like the. Oh fuck. Hold on. Another guess. The opposite of Pisces, Virgo.
No, I meant opposite. This sign, they are the opposite to Pisces. Because that was
Virgo
what you
is
said.
the opposite to Pisces.
Oh, no.
Okay,
And I don't know how to compare them because I forgot what element. It's
Okay, tell me.
Libra.
Libra. Fuck.
I
That
wouldn't
was
even
gonna
guess
be
that
my
for them.
other guess.
These are lies. These are wrong.
Your best friend, very protective,
and
yeah.
great listeners.
Yeah,
That's hard.
I've met all my Libras in my life are great listeners.
All right, go ahead.
Oh shit!
This
I
is
closed my
so
phone.
hard.
I closed my phone. This is fun though, isn't it?
It's hard because I
think it's
gotta
fun.
think of all of them.
Okay. And those of you and you guys listening, you can guess too, and then see if you get it right.
I have one that's hilarious.
Okay. Okay, my next one. It's the same picture of the Little Women people. The little tidbits. Refusing to see toxicity, intense fear of judgment, and pushing on people's buttons 24/7.
Leo.
No.
Damn it. That's such a Leo move. Pushing on people's buttons?
24/7. Pushing on your buttons 24/7.
It has to be on the same side though. It has to be. Leo is fire, right?
I don't know. I don't have it in front
can't
of me.
remember. Oh yeah. Oh, here it is. Okay, I couldn't figure
It's
out your
right
breakdown.
there.
I didn't know which direction it went.
She's literally been staring at it this whole time.
Okay. Aries.
No.
Damn it. Okay, final guess.
Okay.
Can you read them one more time?
Refusing to see toxicity, intense fear of judgment, and pushing on people's buttons 24/7.
Cancer.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
You got it right.
Nailed it.
And I gave you a hint. I was like pushing on your buttons 24/7 because you hate them. Because you hate them. Okay, your turn.
All right, this one is the Bratz one where they put like a Bratz in the middle.
Those. Okay, I love those. I'm such a child.
I love the quote. I'm gonna read the quotes. So they have, "Don't fucking rush me. I'm right, you're wrong.
Don't fucking rush me."
And then sleeping to avoid your problems. You know what? Actually, it might help you more if I said just one more pair of shoes.
Just one more pair of shoes. What were the other ones?
So don't fucking rush me.
Don't fucking rush me.
I'm right, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Just one more pair of shoes.
Just one more pair of shoes. Virgo.
Mm-mm.
Gemini.
No.
Don't fucking rush me. Who doesn't like getting rushed? Taurus.
Yeah. Nailed it.
My mom doesn't like getting rushed.
I knew. I was like, the shoes thing or the rushing thing would help you.
My mom hates being rushed.
Nailed
so Taurus
it.
is like, hopefully I would be better at Taurus.
Wow. You nailed that. We both got, I'm glad we got
right?
one in the game.
At least one.
After we went through all this shit, we better get something right. All right, are you next? Is this our last thing? Last one?
How many? This would be my third one, right? And then you can do another one.
Yes.
Okay, let me find a different picture because I don't want to do this one anymore. I'm
going to pick a hard one.
Oh, fuck. Don't make it too hard for me.
Well, it's the final round, so you gotta.
Okay, fine. Then I will pick a really hard one for you.
Okay, all right.
No, I'm just going to pick a funny picture, and that's how I'm going to choose.
Picture.
I found one that I like, but there's just too many like tidbits. It's like too many things. It's a picture. It's a meme of the Marriage Story. If you don't want spoilers, don't listen to this. But so there's a part in Marriage Story where he's yelling at her and like saying that he wishes she would die. Like, okay. I wish you would just like go and die or something. So they took a screenshot of that scene when he's screaming and then him on the floor like cowering.
Oh, okay.
Like hugging her legs like a child.
That's my
so that's
what I can't bear that.
So the screenshot of him screaming is the sign like saying something, and then they go and cower and cry.
Cower.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know if this will be hard for you, but basically it's just a quote that I'm going to read and then you can guess which sign would say that.
Okay.
Okay. I can't remember what sign I've already given you.
You gave me Taurus.
Taurus and Cancer, right?
And Cancer, yeah.
Okay. So this is the quote, and then you will guess which sign would say that.
Okay.
Every day I avoid thinking about the future because nothing is scarier.
Oh, okay. Every day
I avoid thinking about the future because nothing is scarier.
Okay, well, I know it's not Gemini. I don't think it's any of my people. Who are my people?
Your element?
Yes. So none of the air signs. Every day I avoid thinking about the future. That's definitely a earth sign situation. Hold on. It's either a water or an earth sign. So I avoid thinking about the future. Is it Pisces?
Yeah.
Yes.
You got it. What the fuck? Can I give you another one?
Yes, please, because I didn't find one. So now you gotta find one.
Okay. I already have it.
Are you on a page? Give me a page to look at.
Astro Wonders.
Astro World.
So they have
Travis Scott.
They have posts and then they have like multiple, so they do like the same meme for all of the signs.
I don't like those. I like when they personalize it with the Bratz. Like, we'll like that one. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you another one.
I got two. That's great.
I'm gonna give you another one. Are you ready?
Okay.
So the quote is, "Every day I fail to understand who I really am and what I really need in this life."
What I really need.
Who I really am and what I really need.
Definitely not an air sign. That's a fire sign situation. So I'm gonna say Leo.
No.
Ooh, okay. Second guess. Aries.
No.
Damn it. I wouldn't say Sagittarius for that. Who I really am and what I really need
in this life.
If I had to guess one of my people, I would say Aquarius.
No.
Fuck. Damn it. Wait, it was probably.
You want another guess?
It was probably Virgo.
No.
Damn it. I just say all 12.
Sagittarius.
The one I said it couldn't be. This is what happens when I base things off of my mom.
Have you found one? No. Do you want another one?
Hold on. No, I have one for you. Okay. So, we did this one already. Okay, I'm gonna pick one that's new. Okay, this one says this sign, and it's a picture of Leonardo DiCaprio from Wolf of Wall Street throwing money off of his yacht, and it's instead of money, it just says blocked.
Okay.
So it says this sign cutting all of their friends out of their life on a whim.
Gemini.
No.
Sagittarius.
No. Gemini is a very good guess.
Leo.
No. God, you're just gonna say all of them? You gotta put some thought into it. Do you need to see your thing?
No. Okay, well, if it wasn't Sagittarius or
Why would
Gemini,
it would never be Sagittarius, but yeah, it could be Gemini.
But Sagittarius had said that they could do that too.
Oh.
That's why they don't match with me, because of the.
Anyway. They do that, but not to their friends.
Okay, so it's not Sagittarius, which is an air sign. No. Fuck. Oh, fire. They're fire. So it's not. And I said Leo, so it's not fire signs. Virgo?
No.
Capricorn?
Nope. You've said way too
Cancer.
Many. Nope. Okay. Wrong.
What is it?
It's Scorpio.
What? I don't know any Scorpios. So.
Anelli.
Oh my God. I did a chart for you know who, and his moon is Scorpio.
Scorpios are, again, Libras are life of the party. Scorpios are life of the party. So I don't know.
So weird.
I don't know. He's very funny, but I'm just like, I don't know. The energy doesn't match.
Anyway, do you want to do another one, or are we
All
done?
Right, one more.
Is the game
one
done?
More.
I'm kind of having fun with this game, actually.
One more.
Are you having fun? Do you like this game or no?
Yes.
Are you lying?
No.
Gemini?
Could be. You never know.
Is your
I found one more Bratz one. Oh, thanks.
Oh, I'm doing this one. It's a picture of the Mandalorian with Baby Yoda. Do you want mine? Are you ready for mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's a picture of the Mandalorian holding Baby Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the
Protective.
sign holding on to something.
Oh, okay.
So for this one, their thing is all the people they know they need to cut off but can't. So they're holding on to all those people.
For sure, that is that's a water sign situation. Or if I had to guess an earth sign, I would say Virgo.
No.
But I think it's water sign, and I'm gonna say Cancer.
Did you say Virgo because of me?
No.
No, you are not correct.
It's not Cancer?
No.
Dang, I felt strong in that one. One more time, holding on to what?
All the people they know they need to cut off but can't.
Then if it's not you, then it's got to be Taylor, Taurus.
No.
Damn it. So then the final, Capricorn?
Yeah.
Damn it. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Which doesn't make sense because the Capricorns that I know would not be that way.
I would
They were so
guess,
easy to cut
I know
people off.
That's more accurate for Taurus, I would say. Not just because of who I know. Mm-hmm. That's a Taurus thing for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, my last
your
one.
Your turn. Oh,
this one's kind of hard. This
I
one's
probably
hard.
Won't get it right.
You got to think about this one. Okay.
Fuck.
So this is them in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bratz character is just like poised and has like a peace sign up, and it doesn't match the face. It looks weird. Okay, so the things that they have
them
here,
in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it says, does their best not to hurt you. Very nervous. Do they even like me?
Does their best not to hurt you.
Yes.
Very nervous. Do they even like me? Leo.
No.
Fuck. Pisces.
Are you thinking about them before you say them?
Yes.
Pisces is a good guess, but no, that's not it. Think about it because I think you're going to get it on the third try. Think about it.
You said Pisces was a good guess?
Yes.
Scorpio?
No.
Cancer?
Yes. I wanted you to get it on the third try. But
I was going to say Cancer, but then I remembered earlier. I was going to say Cancer. Then I remembered earlier it was Scorpio and I thought it was Cancer. So then I just flipped now. I thought it was Scorpio.
Yeah, it says Cancer.
Damn it. I wanted
I'm gonna give you one that's okay.
You want me to get one right so that we can end on a good note?
Yes, I'm finding one. This one is a picture of a man. Oh, it's a man dressed as Johnny Depp as all of his things. And
a man dressed as Johnny Depp as all of his characters.
Yeah.
Oh,
all of
okay.
them.
Okay.
They have scissors on his hands. And he's dressed as the pirate. What is happening? And then it says, when your different circles of friends meet and all of your personalities must perform simultaneously.
Oh my God.
What sign is that?
Gemini.
100%. 100%.
Gemini. For sure.
I gotta show you this photo. This is hilarious.
That's so funny. Yeah, that's hilarious.
The dreads are killing me.
Oh
anyway,
my God.
What an episode, man.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
I know it was a lot of information.
It'd be like
but we never have to talk about it again.
We never have
every
to go
other
over
episode
it again.
About astrology we could just talk about.
Yeah, we'll just jump right in.
Exactly. But I just wanted to give you guys an overview of what everything was and then just have a little fun.
Yeah.
I am curious about y'all's signs. First of all,
tell me your sun and your moon.
Tell me your signs, sun and moon, because that's what we talked about.
Oh, but you got to do the chart where you put in like what time you were born.
There are free charts online. If you don't know the exact time, it's okay. As long as you know the place that you're born, it's usually pretty accurate.
And you can find out your sun and moon sign.
Well, I mean, it would be really helpful to know at least a general time. You don't need the exact, like, to the second.
8:46 a.m. Miami. That's
right,
me.
Exactly. 3:36 Livingston, New Jersey. That's me. So tell us your sun and moon sign if you don't mind. You know, if you're open. Your sun and moon sign. But the thing that I really, really want to know is your celebrity matches.
Yeah.
Like how we looked up like our most compatible and then celebrities under that sign. I want to know y'all's most compatible celebrities.
Yes.
And like the ones you would want to be with.
Ooh, that's
like,
a good
you know,
one.
like what we did in the episode, but you know.
Write it down.
Write it down. Because that was aggressive. But I'm just like, I really want to know. Because everybody has such different tastes, you know? So yeah, do that in the comments.
I hope that my mom gets matched with Jason Bateman. I don't like him. I think he's one of the most boring people I've ever seen. But I hope that you guys match.
He's so boring, but I hope you're in love. Because
she would like that.
Interesting.
But anyway, yeah, comment down. Let us know.
So comment down below. Let us know. I'm super excited to read and hear everything you all have to say. And hit the subscribe button on YouTube, as I always say, so you don't miss any episodes from us. And head over to Instagram.
_distraction.pod.
At that.
On Instagram,
and on Instagram. And give us a follow so you don't miss any updates or anything.
Yeah, and we post... I just want to have a side note. We post original content. I didn't know that these other podcasters were just reposting things that artists have made.
I had to tell her this.
I had no idea. And I literally scoff. It's great and it makes your feed look beautiful, but I treasure the people who actually make it so much more because I'm like, you made that. You created it. So when I see people just posting tweets and memes that aren't even remotely related to the people doing the podcast, I think that's just... It's cheating.
We make all of our posts.
We make all of our stuff. It's all original content. It may be similar.
As of right now, we haven't reposted.
Yeah, and I want to put that in our caption is all memes and stuff are created by us unless stated otherwise because we make all that stuff.
We should do that.
Side note over.
But yeah, head over and give us a follow. Check us out. We appreciate your continued support.
Thank you.
For anyone new, thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed it.
We'll catch you in the next one.
We will catch you next time, people.
Bye.
Bye.